How is everybody doing on this victory? Finally, I get to say it. Victory Monday for the Minnesota Vikings. This is my game review reactions, kind of to the entire game. So giving you guys what I thought from offensive, defensive side of all. Quick video, then a ton of individual breakdowns for the week. First video that's going to be coming out right after this is, we got to start with number 8. But anyway, thank you guys for the support on the channel. It really helps a lot if you guys do subscribe down below. Vikings got their first win yesterday in their home opener. First time in 630-something days without fans in US Bank Stadium. They were in there the entire game loud, and the Vikings, they gave them a show. They gave them the money that their ticket is worth, 100% and more. They looked phenomenal yesterday. Let's talk about it. Let's review this game versus Seattle Seahawks. The one possession that I want to bring up first, which I thought was the most important possession of possibly the season, and honestly, it might have been the most important possession of Kirk Cousins' short-lived Minnesota Vikings career. And this was when the score was 17-7. Seattle just got the ball back. It was when Cousins threw his shoe, and then Chris Carson just ran for 30-something yards. And honestly, at that point, I was just sitting there. I was like, this defense is not going to be able to stop anybody. There was 10 minutes left in the second quarter. It's 17-7. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, this is going to be another Cardinals game all over again. I'm thinking, Kirk's going to have to pull off some miraculous comeback to get us back going. And we needed to go get 7. We at least needed to get 3. Even the announcers for the game, I was barely really listening to them, but I caught them saying, this is a huge possession for the Vikings. This is a huge possession to go make your season. If you don't get 7 here and you go on a 3 now and then they get the ball back and it's 24-7, you're really looking at an 0-3 start. Anyways, Kirk drives the entire field. We got that big-time holding call in the 3rd and 4 where Kirk got sacked. Yes, I know. But he was constantly making big-time plays. And the touchdown that Adam Thielen on that drive, I think this was my favorite play of Kirk Cousins' career. And I know it was just a 3rd and 13 slant route, put it right on his chest. The throw was phenomenal. But the thing I love the most, he waited for that play to happen. And you can watch it on the play when you go back. He has Jefferson. He's running kind of an under route. He's kind of the check down, and maybe if Jefferson gets the ball, he can make a move to the end zone. And the line, they just need to give Kirk enough time. There's some other distractions going on the left side of the field, but it's pretty much a 1-2 read from either he's hitting Thielen on the slant or he's going to look for Jefferson on his check down. Then if that's not there, he's got to go make a play. The pocket's kind of collapsing. He stays in there strong. He has Jefferson wide open. He's got Jefferson wide open on the check down, and Jefferson, honestly, if he throws the ball, he could probably go get 7. With how good he is after the catch, I would not be shocked if Jefferson went and got 7. But he waited just that split second more because he was playing with that edge. Waits for Thielen, cuts over, drills him in the chest. Big-time touchdown on 3rd and 13 to make it 17-14. And then the Vikings just didn't look back from there. And I thought that play, that moment, that changed the season. That changed the mentality that this football team has. I am in awe of Kirk Cousins, and I'm not going to get into him too much right now because I have a whole nother video coming out later. But that was a drive where I felt like the team came together. And then they got the ball back, they got a stop, and then it was a drive right before half. And it was just Jefferson over and over again. And then he had that nasty touchdown where that route where the ball to Kirk was beautiful. It was just consistently picking up big-time 3rd downs. And Kirk was just locked in the entire time. Instead of them knowing where this defense, how they were playing in the first half, they knew they needed to go get 7 every drive. And that's what they did. Kirk's first half performance might have been the best first half performance, or best half performance besides the game a year ago against Denver when he came back that I have seen from him. It's a different mentality. And if we're going to get to the defensive side of the ball, because, well, first, I got to give a shout out to Alexander Madison. Madison played amazing. This kid, for sitting behind Dalvin Cook for these years, I'm going to have a video coming out this week talking about I think it should be more of a running back by committee. And it's not even a shot at Cook. I just think we have a top 10 running back in our backfield and we don't use him enough. That's pretty much what it is. This kid's a stud. He puts his shoulder, and the thing about Madison, which I loved seeing this, he got better as the game went on. He's a physical running back. He's kind of got that Marshawn Lynch in him, where he's putting his shoulder into you over and over and over again, and it wears down a defense. Thielen's still doing his thing. Cousins phenomenal. We know that. Shout out to the offensive line. amazing. Defensive side of the ball, I was really concerned at first. That first half when it was 17-7, like I mentioned, I was really, really, really concerned for the way this game was going to go. But there was one person who I really saw settle in the second half, and it was great to see because he's probably getting up there as one of my favorite Vikings of all time, and that was Eric Kendricks. His second half performance, it was not seen on big third down plays. It was seen on first and second down. Seattle was kind of having their way on first and second down early on in the game, whether it was taking big shots or just, getting 6 yards in the rushing game, whatever they wanted. Kendricks in the second half was able to get them to second and long, second and 7, these second and 8 consistently by just shooting the gap correctly. After that Chris Carson touchdown where he kind of shot the gap prematurely, I think that switched something for him where he was like, okay, I need to pick this shit up. I need to get going. And that's exactly what he did. He played phenomenal in the second half. I think the defense really settled down because of him. He's their leader. He's their glue guy. He settled down, kind of calmed the whole defense around. And one thing I love about this Vikings defense as of right now, they all seem to have each other's backs. Patrick Peterson's picking each other up. They know what they've been through. They know they've had to go play two pretty good offenses on the road, and now they finally get a really good offense at home. Held them to 17. Held them to 80 yards in the first half. Mike Zimmer, I know we were all kind of, after that first 2 touchdown drives by Seattle, some people were calling for him to get fired on Twitter. I think that's idiotic, but he settled down in the second half. He had Russell Wilson kind of in a bind on third downs, where even that 3rd and 7 where Russell Wilson was going off his back foot, kind of threw it over the receiver's head, and he went for the one-hander in the fourth quarter. That was the pressure. That was the disguise. That was him. That's Russell Wilson having a guy wide open in the middle of the field. Yes, he's got pressure in his face, but he can make that throw. But it was the consistent disguise, the consistent pressure. And I think that's the thing that stuck out to me yesterday was, in the Bengals and Cardinals game, the Vikings weren't really consistent with moving the football. They weren't really consistent on defense. Last night, they were just consistently beating the crap out of the Seahawks team, and eventually the Seahawks team folded in the second half. They got sick of the noise. They got sick of the pressure. And I thought it was a great performance overall, top to bottom. This offense is for real. That's the number one takeaway. I think this defense still has work to do, and I don't think they'll peak until probably mid-season, Thanksgiving even, because of the new pieces, because of Zimmer's scheme. I'm not giving up on the defense. I think the defense could still be top 10. But this offense, I don't think we understand how good this offense can be. If Kirk is playing the way they are and the offensive line is playing the way they are, and you have 2 great running backs and you have 2 great you have 3 great receivers. KJ again. I made a video in this. It's my most viewed video on my channel. If you guys have seen it, it's got like around 5,000 views. It's one of my most proud videos, and it was me saying KJ Osborne's gonna be really special. I think I was underestimating KJ in that video. And I was saying he was going to – I said in the video he's going to have more yards than Thielen this year. And I think I might be underestimating it. KJ Osborne, shout out to you. Shout out to the old Vikings team. Tons of videos coming out this week. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Huge victory yesterday. Big-time moments. Big-time plays by our quarterback, by our defense. I'm going to let you guys think down below. Skol Vikes. Feels good to be at 1-2 on the season.